All right. Okay, so I'm going to talk about ad strategy and A/B testing key content in USPs or unique selling points. Okay, so let's first understand what are the available ad types in Google Ads. So actually, basically, there are two types of ads available in Google Ads. Not two types, three types of ads available: text ads, banner ads, and video ads. So text ads, which mainly work over Google Search Network. Text ads, and the latest upgraded version is called as expanded text ads or ETA, and even the more recent beta version is responsive search ads. So those are all the upgraded version of text ads. So let's see what are the components inside text ads. So obviously text ads or expanded text ads or responsive text ads, responsive search ads made up of four key things. Number one, headline. Number second, description line. Number third, display URL. And number four, final URL. Now, a headline are divided into different headlines, like headline 1, headline 2, headline 3, headline 4, and so on. One can put various content in these headlines, and Google will do their best job possible to show these headlines in testing way, and will likely going to show the headlines that perform best. They'll be more frequently show them. Normally, with expanded text ads, headline 1 and headline 2 are guaranteed to serve, while headline 3, headline 4, those are optional, and Google can show them on a testing basis. Character limit is definitely 30 character for headline. Similarly, description lines are also of different types: line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, and so on. Normally, description line 1 and 2 uh, gets actually pretty much guaranteed visibility, while the other description lines will get visibility for the testing purpose. The character limit is 90 character. Obviously, display URL next is a default domain name, which these days being automatically pulled by Google. So we don't need to put display URL. It gets picked up automatically from your final URL. So last component is a final URL or landing page. In other words, a page where people gets landed after clicking our ad. So those are the basic components, the required components that comprises text sets. So anyone, I'm sure most of us are familiar with text sets, but when you search with something like women's clothing, so you're going to see this is actually called as text sets. This entire is a text sets. You can see woman clothes. This is headline 1. Step into cows.com today. This is headline 2. This one is the description line 1. Now here description line second is not being shown by Google. So again, yeah, description line 1 actually gets maximum visibility. Description line 2 or other description lines may not have guaranteed serving. In this case, where I change the term, you can see both description lines are visible. All these parts are absolutely different description lines coming up. So this is a text ads. Other than text ads, okay, yes, dynamic search ads. Dynamic search ad is also a kind of text ads, but the difference here is there are two elements comes automatically from Google. So headline and final URL, these two parts comes up dynamically and automatically from the database. So suppose we are running ads for Pink Lily, and if we run dynamic search ads, then Google will automatically pull headline 1 and headline 2 from Pink Lily's organic database that is available at Google's end. The only thing which we need to add is description line. So description line 1, 2 is what you can add, and Google will do AI based serving based on user system and available index database at their end. Normally, this is not a recommended ad type because you never know what Google will going to show. So it's best to avoid it. But dynamic search ad is also part of text ads. The only difference is few elements are dynamic. Great. Display banner ads. So second ad type is a display banner ads, and normally there are 4 types of display ads. Image banner ads. Most of all know that image banner ads. The upgraded version now is called as responsive display ads in a Google. So image banner ads are static elements based image ads where most of the element you pick would be static, like the promotional text copy, then image and CTA. Those will be static, even though they will be in responsive format. That means Google would be capable to show your image ads to any devices since it would be responsive. Second type of display ads is a dynamic creative based image banner ads, and its upgraded version is called as responsive dynamic display ads. It's the same as the first one we talked about, but the only difference here is the product details, that is product title, image, price, would come automatically based on a user's location on your website, a user's last location on your website when he was visiting your website. So Google will automatically recommend product based on a user's personalized experience last time when he was on your website. In case if a user didn't visit any product type, for example, then Google will show random products in display ads. GIF or animated ads, the other third type of ad that Google offer is GIF or animated ads, and then Gmail ads. Third type of ad is definitely video ads, and we already know video ads are nothing but video. So in this guide we will actually talk about text ads, the strategy on how we should run text ads, and what are the key things that is needed for A/B testing and how we should run. So in this guide, we will talk about text ads. For display and video ads, we'll perhaps have separate guide and a session because display ads and video ads context is totally different than text ads. Great. So first we need to understand high-level basics, some of the high-level basics that are needed in order to create ad strategy. Remember, content or message that we should use in ads are critically depends on who you are targeting to, what you are selling, and where you are supposed to lend that person to. So having an effective ad all depends on what keyword you are picking or what audience you are trying to target, what you are selling, that is what the product and service is, and what content you are going to use in your ad content that is related to your product and service, and finally how your landing page is doing job in terms of promising the product and service you are talking about in your ad content. All of these three are very crucial. So let's understand a typical customer search flow, how a customer would do Someone come into google.com, perform a search, something like with, someone is interested into women's online shopping. We will perform a search. Ads are triggered. That means, advertisers keyword participated into ad auctions. All of these advertisers were bidding on this keyword, so their keyword participated into ad auction, and all of these ads shown up. Now someone would actually, okay, that user will click on this ad and will be landed on the landing page right there, right? So ad is clicked, user landed on a website. Now either user will convert here or he will leave the websites. So what he started his journey with is woman online shopping, and look at the first page exactly showing woman online shopping. So a user's interest has been kept here. What he searched is closely matching with the ad content. That means, his natural attention will go to the first ad because he's seeing his keyword being in the ad, and now he is being landed on the landing page. Now your landing page needs to do good job to convert, to keep this users interest flowing, and forcing these users to convert. And normally it depends on what content you are showing here. So someone searching with woman online must find out woman online shopping related terms or what he is interested into, right? So your control is only blue highlighted path above. Okay, the reason I highlighted this is because your control is only on this. You cannot control other elements. So your control is on what keyword you are picking, what you are showing in your ad, what you are promising in your landing page. All these three must do the job so effectively that these three, that is someone coming from here and landing on your websites, do the intended action, or someone actually converts is what you are expecting them to do. So your control is definitely is only on a keyword, ad, and landing page. All these three components uh, actually decide the relevancy factor, a big factor which actually decide a quality score. So in order to have a high quality score, you must have strong relevancy between keyword, ad, and landing page. The other factor which also have a big influence in the quality score is CTR, or click-through rate, which is an automatic thing. Again, you don't have control on CTR, but your CTR highly depends on your keyword ad and landing page relevancy. So higher the relevancy, the high chances you will be having for the higher CTR. That means your quality score will be higher. The quality score is nothing but in a scale of 1 to 10 how good your ad is. The higher the quality score, the biggest advantage is the higher your ad rank will be, and the lower CPC or lower cost per click you will pay. So it's a certainly win-win situation. And here is what you can see, an interesting table that shows how high to low quality score impacts on your discount to CPC. So, so one thing is clear: in order to have high quality score, we need high CTR, and in order to have high CTR, we absolutely need very strong relevancy between keyword, ad, and landing page. Great. So what is very important now here is we need to think logically here. So if someone sees the same word they type into Google, is what I was talking here, woman online shopping, woman online shopping. This has actually kept the interest of the users. Now, if the same thing has been out there in the landing page as well, the content actually have woman online shopping talking somewhere, the more chances you would be actually carry on a user's interest. So in other words, our paid ads must use keywords. Our paid ads must use keywords that we are targeting, So those keywords should contain into ad content, preferably in headline 1 or 2, and they should also match up on the landing page content, either in a top heading or somewhere in description line. Now this grooves contain woman. Now what about online word? What about shopping? So not that is, both online and shopping both are not available, but woman word is out there, and the other visuals of this contain, that is, products are definitely woman related. So this particular landing page has been doing, I would say, decent job in matching up or keeping a user's content, keeping up a user's interest in flow. But if there is any way we can show woman online shopping anywhere in straight away this format, users will, there will be even better chances of keeping a user's interest. So if someone search with other thing, more specific thing, like plus size clothing, all plus size flat 40% off, plus size clothing. Okay, these ads more relevant to my search term. And if I land into this, perfect, plus size bestseller. So this landing page is also doing a good job in terms of the keeping a user's interest. So we need to logically think here. In order to have a high quality score, we need to make a very strong connection between keyword, ad, and landing page. And the simplest way is, let's have keyword that we are bidding into our ad and landing page, right? So what does that mean into AdWords? So a simple example I have given here, but now let's go into a specific account. I will go into our in-house account, CT account we are running. And one of the greatest example is CT location specific campaign, which is right here. Okay, so this campaign has been built up on a concept of trying to have as best relevancy between keyword, ad, and landing page as possible, in order to hit very strong quality score and generate conversion. So this campaign has been doing the expected job. Now take a look into SEO Baltimore, for example. This ad group, uh, we are bidding on SEO Baltimore related term in a broad match modifier. Here's what you can see. So someone came with Baltimore SEO. He saw our this ad. Okay, he saw our this ad. So Baltimore SEO, 2018's best SEO company. He saw exactly in this way, since we are using DKI format. So he saw this 2018's best SEO company, 97% client retention rate, top rated company in a Baltimore. Remember, the relevancy is matching here. He searched with Baltimore SEO and he found SEO and Baltimore both word in ad headline. So interest has been kept here. So that person actually clicked on it. You're going to notice that all of our other ads are actually, one or other way having Baltimore and SEO word in their headline. Both are the case here. You can see top rated SEO in Baltimore, 2019's best SEO company, and then Baltimore coming into headline too. So interest of the keyword, interest of the searcher has been kept on, and when he searched on this, when he clicked on our ad, the interest flow has been maintained here as well, as we are dynamically showing our heading in the landing page, which is closely matching with the keyword. So the best SEO marketing agency in a Baltimore, again a Baltimore word coming here, number one ranked Baltimore SEO company. the best SEO marketing agency in Baltimore. So in 3 instances, we are aggressively showing users keyword, not exact in exact phrase, but closely related to what he is searching with. So this is just a simple basics. We are trying to keep a high relevancy between keyword, ad, and landing page. That is exactly what we all need to do in all of our campaigns, no matter whether it is lead generation or e-commerce. We need a strong relevancy for proper performance. Now that this logic, why we need this. Let's look into how you can create your ad strategy. So you can start crafting your ad strategy using 2 ways. So one way is you start with the landing page. You start first checking the landing page, then decide what kind of keywords you need to pick, and then write the ads for the keyword you pick in the landing page or the offer you are offering in the landing page. Normally this method is recommended for well optimized landing pages or a website or a client website which is having a very good history, and you are already seeing data in Google Analytics that certain landing pages are already performing from other channels. So you can use that landing page because you have a lot of knowledge already, lot of learning already. Start with looking into your landing page first. So this is a kind of like reversal process. Instead of starting with keyword research, you will start with a landing page. For example, our general headline of SEO page is this: the number one SEO services company. We are the SEO experts. So I will actually go through the whole content first in a calm way. I'll read each and every information written here, and my mind will start crafting, or my mind will start harvesting some of the seed terms, or even the keywords that I should bid into. First thing I will notice is SEO services. SEO services company is a good keyword I should pick, so I'll write it somewhere. Then SEO services is definitely a keyword I should bid into. Then what else? SEO company is another good keyword. SEO agencies. This way I can harvest a lot of keywords. Now a simple reason is these keywords are actually already available on the landing page. So you are already establishing a strong base for a high quality score. Now you should not forget checking if there are search volume available for these terms or not. Obviously, you do not want to bid on keywords that will not have any search volume. That will be just a waste of your efforts. You at least need certain search volume in order to get clicks, in order to expect traffic from them. So I would simply type on those terms in keyword planner and try to see how does their search volume look like. Now I'll decide, okay, these are good terms to bid into, high quality terms. So using this method, I reviewed the landing page, I harvested the keywords, I checked their search volume. Now the next job left is I need to have just ads written around these phrases and the content. That's a recommended method when you have already optimized in a very strong landing page. Now other method is okay, yeah, I have given a demo in our in-house campaign, but similar campaign we have set for NUC. I add product landing page as well. Now the second method how you can use to create your ad strategy is complete opposite. That is, you would first perform keyword research. You'll utilize keyword planner like this and first come up with the keywords that you would like to get traffic from, or that you think that should be the good keywords which can give conversions for your clients. So you will start with picking keywords first, then you will actually you'll make your landing page around those keywords. remember, landing page relevancy is very, very important. So if your landing page is not around those keywords, then you will start making that landing page using the content around that keyword, and then you will going to write ads. And this is actually a recommended method when you do not have any history in any client, where you are just starting Google Ads from fresh and there's no history. You will start with performing keyword research, then you will make your landing page keyword oriented, the keyword you are picking, and then you will write down your ads using these two methods. Any of these two methods, depending on client situation, you can craft your ad strategy. Great. Now that's just the basic ad strategy which is ready, and you now know how to do that. However, you will never know which kind of keyword and landing page and ad content will going to perform for you. So in order to know that, you will actually need to perform A/B testing. So how you can do A/B testing to test certain content or pieces of content and unique selling points. Remember, A/B testing or A or B element testing. This can be done for anything. It's not just limited to testing something in ad, but you can even test which keywords perform for you. You can even A/B test which mesh type perform for you. You can even test which landing pages do well. So A/B testing term is just not limited for the ads, but it can be used for anything in a paid ads. Now we are talking about A/B testing specific to ad. So here is what you need before you can do testing in ads. So I think you actually need answer of these 5 listed questions before you can decide what you should do in A/B testing in an ad. Now these 5 questions are nothing but they actually correlate with your ad strategy, the methods of ad strategy, like how you started searching for keywords and went into writing ads. But A/B testing, you need certain specific promise knowledge or certain knowledge which is proven and which you can use in order to test out ad content. Remember, you will be going to test ad content in USP in this A/B test. That means your keyword and landing page already needs to be in a right shape. That is, you need high quality keywords that are proven performer, and your landing page must be conversion friendly. These two elements you already need a proof of their performance. Then only you can stress on your A/B testing and can get a meaningful performance. If your landing page is not conversion friendly and not doing good job, no matter how good your A/B testing in ad content, you're not going to find out which is a winner contained in an ad and which is a loser. Similarly, if your keywords are wrong, no matter how good your ad content landing page are, you're still not going to find out good results. So these questions are absolutely around what you need before you can do A/B testing. So first, you definitely need to know which piece of content or sentence converts well for a given business. Okay, you would like to know, what kind of ad content already converts for a given business. If you already have this information with you, business you are working with, yeah. Okay, this is actually the test you are going to do. A/B test is actually exactly for these questions. But in certain situations like Pink Lily Boutique, you already know what kind of ad content perform. Even for our in-house account, we already know what kind of ad content actually perform best. What pieces of ad content perform best. And in order to know what pieces of ad content works well, you just need to dig into past data. So normally you would actually pull the ad report, and will utilize the pivot table, and you will try to see, like, which headlines have repeatedly converted for this client, which description line has repeatedly and effectively converted. So for city in-house, I know that 2019's best, 2018's best, 2017's best, these kind of headlines one perform very, very well. I also know for CT that free site and competitor analysis, CTA, converts really well. So that information, is already available here, but you will actually going to deploy A/B test exactly to know what kind of headline and description line perform well, uh, for a client. So in order to apply that testing, you need these questions. You need answers of these questions. So question 2 is, what USP or unique selling points converts well? So I think along with this test, you will also deploy this test, what pieces of ad content and what USPs converts well. So your testing will be for these two questions. So you need answer for question 3, 4, and 5. And absolutely these three questions are to ensure that you pick right keywords and you pick right landing page. And both your keywords and landing page must be strong enough to support your A/B testing for ad, actually provide you meaningful results. So this is exactly what you need to know before you can do testing in ad content. Remember, if you already know something from your existing data, then you don't need to perform A/B testing for that. You can then move ahead. All we are doing here to do A/B testing is we want to know what pieces of ad content, what USP, what keyword, what landing page, what type of landing page converts for a client. So once we know that information, we can actually base our future campaigns around those learning knowledge and can focus on delivering long-term success for our clients. Okay, some of the important thing to note here is, once you launch your A/B test ads, remember you need to monitor them, and for regular monitoring, you will actually run minimum of 2 ads into each ad group in order to run an effective A/B test. So once you launch that, you need to give it enough time, and it is a very, very crucial component. We always need to give ads a minimum of 30 days or 4 weeks of a time in order to gather significant conclusive performance data. Obviously, you need to give them time, and after giving enough time, then you will going to find out which is your winner and which is your loser. You will stop losing ads, and you will just focus on your winning ads, and that information you will actually use in your other campaigns. Immature stopping of experiment might lead to improper conclusion, and that may actually lead to not getting enough knowledge or not getting knowledge based on data significance. So we should always give any A/B test at least 4 weeks of time in order to see proper results. Setting client expectation. So setting client expectation, this is a very important, because a lot of clients would think that when they hire our service, no matter how their previous ads were, or even if they were not doing any ads, they would expect we doing A/B testing and at the same time delivering ROI to them. However, it does not work like that. Obviously, our end goal is always to give them ROI, but in order to start giving them ROI, we need to know something. We need to gain our knowledge. We need to gain certain learning about their business. And that learning is definitely what pieces of ad content work for them, what USP work for them, what keywords converts for them, what type of landing page converts for them. And all these A/B testing needs proper time and a monitoring. So this is the reason, we need to align clients' expectations according to what we are testing and why, and how they should expect the results. So if we are doing A/B testing for knowing which ad content and USP performs, so we should probably tell client that we actually need 4 weeks of time in order to see like what works from here and what not. So they can actually be generous with their expectation and not necessarily come hard on us to and evaluate us on hard ROI number. Because when we would run A/B test, obviously loser will going to spend some money without anything, and winner will definitely perform for us. But certain dollar we need to throw in order to know who is winner and who is loser. That's why expectation setting is so important here. All right, so that's actually ad strategy and how you can A/B test key content in USP. Keep in mind that A/B testing can be even set a better way with the strategic framework. Like if a client is a fresh business, then you would start with keyword A/B testing. You will try to know which keywords perform. Once that A/B test has been finished, once you know which keyword perform, then you can deploy second A/B testing, and this time we will try to check what landing pages converts, or what type of landing pages converts better. Or even with before keyword, you can do landing page test, or you can even do both A/B testing together. What keywords perform and what type of landing page perform, both A/B testing can be done at the same time. So once you know what keywords works and what landing pages converts, then you will actually deploy landing page, A/B testing to know ad pieces and USPs. And then another A/B testing could be for remarketing campaign, then for Google Shopping. So A/B testing or experimenting something landscape is very wide one. Each and everything needs to know, needs to test, each and everything needs knowledge. I mean, we need to run those campaigns, run those testing in order to gain valuable knowledge before we could really, base our future campaigns on and start making long-term success for clients. Thanks for listening to me. I hope this would clarify all of your this would clarify your approach regarding ad strategy and A/B testing. Thank you so much.